Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'll be sitting here talking to you for a few minutes. I'm wearing a gray shirt with a Korean woman's face on the front, as usual. Anyway, um, I just think it's really weird that, well, I just gotta come right out and say it. Doesn't Sarah Silverman look like a furry that doesn't have any hair? Like she looks like a like a hairless furry. Like she doesn't look human. Seriously, like when I look at Sarah Silverman, I see an animal. It's so weird and it's very disturbing when when she like goes to an award show or just some kind of event where she actually tries to look attractive, and it just looks like I can't explain it. It just looks disgusting. I can't get over. I mean, I can't be the only one, right? Who thinks Sarah Silverman looks like a hairless furry, right? She looks like if you put like pink fur on her, she'd be someone's costume at one of those conventions. I can't be the only one who thinks that. So please, if someone if someone thinks the same way that I think about this, please let me know. You know, I mean, she just doesn't look human. I mean, like I'm looking just okay. Like right now, I'm looking at a picture of her. She's wearing a like your stereotypical black party dress that your Hollywood elites would wear at a party or fundraiser, and it just looks so unnatural. It looks like I don't know. You ever seen the Teenage in Ninja Turtles, and you know how they turned into humans because they touched the that green mutagen ooze? Yeah, so like she looks like I don't know, like maybe like some kind of like rat type creature or like anteater type creature that touched the ooze and then turned into a like a human form. That's what she looks like. It's like it's really disgusting when someone that has no sexual attractiveness tries to be attractive. It's very jarring, you know. It's kind of like when a person wears brown and black together. You're like, okay, you know. Or even like God, what's that Asian name? That Asian chick's name? Aquafina. Aquafina. If you've ever seen her try to be quote unquote attractive at like a red carpet event or like a whatever talk show, it just looks very unnatural. And once again, same thing. She looks like an animal. She looks like she either there's a secret alien race living among us, and some of them are so some of them are celebrities. You know, I'm sure some are regular people too. But I'm just saying, like Sarah Silverman and Aquafina, they look like mutated versions of humans, and it's just so unnatural. Like when they do anything, like I think the only time Aquafina looked normal is like when she's doing her over the top like bad comedy sketches because it's like her looks fit the personality. But when she tries to be human, aka a girl, it just doesn't work. I don't know. It's very uncomfortable. And once again, if you feel the same way about Aquafina, let me know because I want to know if I'm the only one who like thinks this stuff. And I know I have the ugly list. These two aren't making the ugly list. They're making this like what the fuck list. So I guess I got a third list, a what the fuck list. And if I happen to notice a male celebrity that looks like that, I'll let you know. But I'm more apt to notice the females because I look at more females during the day. Okay, I only do. But well, like at least the way I live my life, women are to be looked at and enjoyed. So when you see one that that brings you pain and displeasure, it really stands out. But anyway, so you keep learning more and more stuff about the terrorists that that killed six people, and injured about, what, 43 at the Christmas parade. Yeah, I don't say the name of the city because YouTube doesn't want you to talk about it. But if I just say this, it's not going to pick up in the algorithm. But what was I going to say? The four people responsible. Remember, I found out some more stuff. He was still wanted for making a bomb threat. This guy. So not only was he on the run for making a bomb threat, he made the $1,000 bail for running someone over a week before. That's why he was out. But the the four people responsible for him being out on bail, because like when you run someone over with your car and bail is only $1,000, that is a problem. Okay, and so just the people who are whose fault this is Joanna Steinberg. She's a legal and advocacy director, whatever that means. Robin Steinberg, she's the CEO of the Bail Project. That's the organization that helped lower the bail for this person. Molly Cross Stemmitz, she's a data and finance administrator. And Holly Zoller, a bail disruptor. So basically, these four Jews did their best to make the world a better place. Good job. I hope people hold these four women to task. I mean, I know, the blame game. It's his fault. He's the one who committed the crime. Okay, so you got a guy who, and apparently they're not saying alleged. They're saying he called in a bomb threat to some casino in Vegas. Okay, they know he did it. He ran over a woman a week before. We know he did this. And then a week later, he ran over a parade. Okay, so this person is obviously a threat to society. Why was he out? I mean, I know these people. Some people want us to abolish jail and let every person out right now because the judicial system is racist, because of the prison population, because half the prison population is black. That actually doesn't mean it's racist. It could just mean that maybe black people are committing most of the crimes. And it does correlate to poverty, because rich people, when they commit a crime, they can afford their freedom. I think that because it's not whatever 1700s 1800s whatever, like, it's not slavery times where it's like a black person went to trial and it lasted 2 seconds and they're like guilty. Like, that doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen today. But they're trying to make you believe it does happen. If you think when a black person gets arrested and they go to trial, if you think the trial lasts 5 minutes and it's just guilty no matter what, you're sadly mistaken. But some people really think this. Okay? And because of this way of thinking, you have these four women forming a organization called the Bail Project that puts pressure on legislation to let violent criminals out because, according to them, the judicial system is racist. What about the rest of society that doesn't do anything good or bad? They're just living their life, living their mundane, selfish life. And they have to worry about the criminals that you let out because in your mind it's racist. These four white women, these four Jews, for some reason, think that society is better by letting violent criminals roam the street. Explain to me how that makes society better. Holly Zoller, can you explain from your gated community how letting out violent criminals makes society better? I'm waiting for Molly Stemets to explain why setting the bail for attempted murder at $1,000, how that helps society. I'm, I'm, I'm just I'm just wondering, does Robin Steinberg, is her life affected? Because I doubt it is. I bet you any amount of money Robin Steinberg lives in a place where people that she's trying to let out of jail don't even know exist. Okay? And do you think Joanna Steinberg, do you think, like, her house in the hills is going to be affected? No. No. These are four evil people, basically. Okay? Common sense. And common sense says if you let criminals out, the crime is going to go up. It's just common sense. I understand, like, you can't lock someone up for life for, like, stealing a stick of bubble gum. I get that. I'm talking about these violent criminals. Like, if someone has a history of, like, spousal abuse, sex trafficking, like, the guy who did this has those crimes. He's been arrested for this. He's he was like trying to pimp out a 16-year-old. I mean, come on. This is not a good person. Why are you fighting for his rights? And then, like, you're a woman. Why are you, like, trying to let out a guy who's, like, trying to pimp a 16-year-old girl? He ran over a woman, the mother of his child. I don't know. It just these people, like, get so woke, like, they forget, like, oh yeah. I mean, I don't know what else to say. Like, this is, like, apparently when you go woke, you just become a complete moron. You become detached from society because, like, you're not thinking like the rest of us. The average person does not want a person who tried to run, I'm sorry, who attempted to kill someone. They do not want them out on the street. The average person does not want that type of person out. But these four idiots think, oh no, we gotta let everyone out. Bail is racist. No, bail is to set a precedent going, hey, if you kill someone, we're going to make it really hard for you to walk around free until you go to trial. You still get a trial, but we're going to keep an eye on you. Because guess what? Rich people who tend to commit a crime and they can afford the bail, they usually don't commit another crime because they have all this money they have to, like, prepare with their defense team, like, they're actually doing stuff. A poor person who you just let out, well, they're just gonna go commit more crime. They're not worried about talking to a lawyer. They're gonna have a public defender. They're just gonna go back and hang out with their boys and do some more bad shit. It's just common sense. This isn't a racial thing. This is a economic, social thing. Like, this is a class-based crime right here. And you just have to accept the fact that you have a completely different lifestyle if you can afford, whatever, $1 million bail. You have a completely different lifestyle than someone who can only afford $1,000 bail. The group of people you associate with, completely different. Motives in life, completely different. Your thoughts on the future, completely different. The person who is, whatever, posting a, whatever, $5 million bail, this person is thinking, okay, how, like, what can I do to maintain this freedom? How can I use my money and resources the right way to get free? So that person is not going to commit more crime. That person is going to focus all his or her energy on trying to fight this charge or whatever. Okay? The poor person is going to be like, oh, okay, well, I just spent $1,000 on bail. I don't have any money to buy a 40. I'm going to go rob someone. I'm making it very simple, but that's basically why this stuff happens. It's not about race. It's about money. It's about economic class. There's just a difference, and we have to accept the fact. And we don't need four Jewish ladies from, upper class America dictating what happens with, like, lower class, low value people who need to take from society to get by. It's just a different way of thinking. You have no idea what you're doing. You know nothing about society. If these four knew anything about how the real world works, they wouldn't do this. So what's really going on? Well, the Bail Project is a organization. How many times? It sometimes takes years, but you find out that the organization was just like a cover up so the people in charge could make money off of it. Just like Me Too, they had to cancel Me Too because most of the money that people were giving to Me Too was going to the paychecks of the people in charge of it. Okay? So, I'm sick of these slacktivists, these activists who don't know shit about the topic and the effects of society. They don't understand that their actions are hurting society, and they're okay, great, you get to have brownie points and like make an Instagram post. I'm helping out minorities. No, you're not. You're making things worse. You're literally like, where do you think these people go? They go back to the low income areas that they are from and just commit more crime. Now, if this stuff affected where they lived, oh, trust me, they would not be trying to push this bail reform. Notice they're not, well, it's a different type of crime, but like, like you don't see them fighting to get people who went to jail for tax evasion out. I don't know, just I love how they pick the lowest of the low. Let's make society a better place by letting out murderers. Yeah, that makes sense. Not everything is racist, okay? You just have to accept the fact that not everything is based on race. Sometimes you have to set bail to keep a criminal behind bars until trial. Because look at the statistics. Who commits most of the crime? Poor people. A rich person commits a crime, they're like, oh shit, I'd rather put all my resources and time into making sure I don't have to go to jail. So I'm going to be really good and just talk to my lawyers and try to figure out a way to get out of this. I mean, this is just common sense. Like I'm pretty sure. Well, I'm smarter than most people, but come on, this is just common sense. Amazing. Anyway, I hope these four women get what they deserve from society in general. Like blame. I know how people need to place blame, but these are the four you gotta blame. I'll talk to you later. Peace.